All hotels and restaurants have Wi-Fi in Greece, but there's no public Wi-Fi once you're out in the open. So you will probably need to buy some internet data in order to find your way through the city, have a GPS when driving your car, or simply to be able to contact your Airbnb owner, for instance. Now, if you're from the EU, no worries, roaming is free, so you can keep using your phone like you would do in your own country. But if you're not from the EU, then you need to start thinking about what your solution will be. And for my British viewers, I'm sorry to tell you that since Brexit, you guys no longer have free roaming in Europe, so this video concerns you too. So there are three options. One, you keep using your normal national SIM card and you buy an international phone plan. Two, you buy a Greek SIM card after arriving in the country. And three, you get yourself an eSIM, which is basically an app that works as a SIM card. And this one is probably my favorite one. All right, let's start with using your own national carrier. Now, I can't go too much into details on this one because every carrier in the world has different types of roaming packages and different prices. But just to give you an idea, AT&T is $10 per day, T-Mobile is $50 for a whole month, and Verizon is around $100 for a month. These are the standard rates, but then there are many exceptions and discounts available. So yeah, do your research for your own operator, but I highly doubt their prices will ever be as competitive as the two other options. Oh, and since many of you have asked me how good the service is in Greece, I've never heard any tourist on my tours complain about having poor signal in the country. And that's with whichever method you use. Greek SIM card, non-Greek SIM card, eSIM. Looks like everyone has great service. That's as long as you stay in the touristy or semi-touristy parts of Greece. As soon as you start going to remote islands that no one knows of, yeah, I mean, don't expect great service there. All right, your next option is a Greek SIM card. We have three phone operators in Greece: Cosmote, Vodafone, and Nova. The cheapest and most popular amongst Greece is Cosmote. It's usually around 15 euros for 20 gigs, valid for 1 month, plus some calling and texting included. You can either buy these cards in one of their dedicated shops, here's where they are in the city center of Athens, or at any of those kiosks which you will find everywhere in Athens. You can also buy a SIM card at the airport, but I've heard from many of you that those are much more expensive. So yeah, I'm not sure that's a good idea. And of course, keep in mind that if you're gonna get yourself a Greek SIM card, you need to make sure your phone isn't locked by your current operator. I know that's a big thing in the US where carriers lock your phone from being able to switch operators. If that's your case, make sure you have it unlocked before coming over. Same remark for eSIMs. Now, just a quick note, since I realized many of you think I'm a full-time YouTuber, I'm not. YouTube is just something I do on the side. My main activity is giving guided tours in Athens. So if you want to meet me in real life and you want to join one of my tours, here is my Instagram page with all the information. So your third option, eSIMs. If you don't know what an eSIM is, it basically does exactly what a SIM card would do, but without having an actual physical card. So it's an app that you download, which will act as a SIM card. It's pretty clever. This option is my favorite because not only is it cheap, roughly the same price as the Greek SIM cards, but you can plan everything before arriving in Greece. You don't need to wait until you've landed in Greece and only then start looking around for a kiosk or something. Instead, you can download the app now from your house, buy the package you want, and then activate it as soon as you've landed in Greece. I'm gonna leave you down below the eSIM operator I'm recommending, and I'm gonna put two links. One if you wanna buy a package for Greece only, and another one if you want a European package, valid in all EU countries, which is only a few euros more expensive than the Greek package. Prices range from $5 to $50 based on the amount of data you want and the duration. Now, just so you know, there are two minor downsides to eSIMs in general. One, the amount of data you get is limited. It's not like with AT&T where you have unlimited data. But on the other hand, will you really be using your phone that much when outside of your hotel? I hope not. I hope you'll be busy watching The View instead of being on your phone. So yeah, many of you told me that you took a package of like 20 gigs and you ended up only using 3 or 4. And the other downside is that eSIMs are data only. no texts, no calls. But once again, not a huge deal, because all Greeks use WhatsApp, which works both for texting and calling, but through the internet. So you won't have any issue calling or texting your Airbnb owner, for instance. The only thing you won't be able to do is calling restaurants to book a table. But yeah, this can be solved either by sending them an email or ask your hotel to call them for you. All right, if you want to know how not to get pickpocketed in Athens, you can click here, and over there a video on how to properly order Greek street food. I can assure you that if you haven't watched this video before coming to Greece, you're gonna use the wrong words and you're gonna get something very different from what you had in mind. So make sure to check it out. And there you go, that's it for today. Hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.